The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the New Media Factory. Some programs on this network might include strong images and language and may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hi guys, and welcome to the Girls of 28A. I'm Trisha Santanera.
And I'm Julia Snegowski.
And we are Bianca Valerio-less today.
Yeah.
She is
on vacation.
Why don't we let her tell you herself?
Hi everybody, I'm Bianca Valerio, one of the girls of 28A. As you can see, I can't make it to the studio right now, but I'm here in Boracay. Right behind me is District. And it doesn't mean to say that I cannot join in on the fun on Dating 101.
Dating 101.
As my shirt. Anyway, so we are lucky girl, like you've been trapped working, well not trapped.
Well, I just came back. I was actually with Bianca in Boracay, but I was there working.
Right. So
Bianca's there soaking up the sun. No, she was a very good best friend. She was at the stage taking photos of me as I worked, which she has actually tweeted. Yeah. But I left her there and flew back to come here. She's got to stay there for tonight.
We're missing her presence, but it's okay because tonight, actually, I'm really excited for this episode. We have a really special guest with us today, and actually, Bianca is going to do the honors again of introducing him, but it's going to be a good one, folks. So, Bianca.
Okay, so no matter if we think we've locked down in the name of dating and we know what to do, we always need some kind of help because every person is different, and we have one really good friend who's basically been a big brother to us to help us have this shining light of model wisdom on all things dating. And he's none other than a model, surf enthusiast, he's an entrepreneur, he's also an actor, and he's none other than Gerard Sison.
Da, da, da.
Thank you for having me.
So how do you feel about that? You know, Bianca said that in our circle of friends, you are the smoothest with all the ladies, and it seems like whenever we have a kind of awkward guy that's crushing on a girl and he's failing miserably, it is always Gerard that has the best advice, really. Like, you always have the best advice and you help everyone out with the ladies, and that's why you are here today.
Is that true?
That's why we asked you to come.
Exactly. It seems like he has this formula or like a code and he cracked it. It's like he you know, really, like he's
that sounds so ridiculous.
It is a bit.
I have no words. No words.
But that's why. So you're like our, you know, we want to get inside the head of men, right, Trish? Like, aren't we also always wondering what's going on inside over there? So you're kind of here to help us out with that today, and we want to know, right? What do men really want?
Wow, that's a big question. I'm going to answer for every single man in the whole world right now. No, I'm not. I can tell you what I want. I can tell you what most of the guys that I hang around with want. When I talk with all the guys and we're chatting, like, what do we really want in a woman? And the only thing that comes up over and over again is someone who's really happy and someone who's really low maintenance. Like, we always want that girl who's like really easy to please. You don't have to do so much to entertain her. She's just always happy, you know. Rare.
I don't know. That does not sound like the full story.
Yeah, I'm not really convinced with that one.
It is. I swear. Or you could go on. You could go on and say that we want a mirror of ourselves or whatever. But ultimately, you want. Do you know that? Okay, there's a really easy. I don't want to put a name on it, but how do I put this? We want a woman who's just low maintenance, really. Low maintenance.
Seems to be the word that's repeating over and over again, is low maintenance.
For example,
what does low maintenance
here's what
mean?
impressed me about Trish. When we went down to the beach, right? And there's girls who are on their phones all the time. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
Is that you?
And she lost her phone. That's what I thought she was, alright? And she lost her phone on the first night, and we were there for 4 nights. She had no phone,
I remember this.
and I swear she was just like, no phone, no worries. And that was like surprising. That was really attractive.
Let's get married.
Right now, let's go.
Well, actually, let's say, like, how do we know Gerard, and like why we would even, you know, have him be our dating guy, right? Like, Actually, I met Gerard years ago in Thailand. He was my next door neighbor, and you know, we had good talks. This was when I was in my little like meditation phase. I was like I thought I was gonna be like the next Buddha and getting like.
She was on her way to being an advanced yogi.
Yeah, so we would, you know, like we'd have good old like chats and about spirituality and whatnot. But then I would also see him get with the ladies, know what's up.
Do you know,
oh
for
my
me,
god, she's going to get me in trouble.
do you know what it is? Every single time that I have seen Gerard, he has a lot of friends who are girls.
Yeah.
A lot of friends who are girls who actually we respect and we're friends with as well. And when the girls sit around and we have our little chit chats about, you know, who's cute and who's this and who's a player and who's not, Gerard's player never comes to our mind.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Definitely not. But somebody who is always there for you, or there for us, and who can always just, you know, when sometimes you just need that guy to be like, I know, I get it.
No, exactly.
That's where you. That's how I see you. That's how we at the Girls of 28A see you. Which is why we've asked you to come along here, so that guys can learn how to be a little bit more like that as well.
Well, he helps both guys and girls. Like when we have guy problems, Gerard is always there to, you know, give the guys perspective. But then we also see him help other friends out get ladies. So yeah, you're just a good guy.
I think for like my girlfriends, and a common issue is like a confidence thing. And sometimes they get a little bit, especially it comes when there are times when they're dating a guy and they get really unsure of themselves. And that's like an unattractive part, right? When you get really insecure, you freak out. You're, what's going on? What does this text message mean? Right?
Yeah.
That wasn't a Bianca voice, by the way. but it's like sometimes some friends ask me about confidence and confidence building, because that's what I used to do. It was working with people one-on-one, building confidence, building self-esteem. And one of the questions is like, how do you do that? You know?
Well, okay, so going back to what guys want,
men
a
want.
low-key woman, but also confident.
No, she's got to be very confident. I think
that's everyone.
she's got to be really into something. Like, it doesn't have to be something that I like, but she's got to be really into something, and she's got to be driven towards
She
that.
has to have passion
Yeah,
for something
really.
other than her job.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I think another thing, some girls get really needy. Not needy as in like, the most unattractive thing, like as a guy dating, I want to be a part of a woman's life. I don't want to be all of her life. I don't want to be like the reason why she lives, you know. As nice as it sounds in a movie, that it just doesn't work out that way, you know.
But like, what's the difference between what a guy wants, but what about sex? Like, just to get lucky, do guys care? Like, or is it just really anyone that will go home with them?
I think it depends. Like, for me, if you ask me right at this time in my life, I wouldn't make a very good boyfriend, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Right
now, I'm enjoying dating. I'm enjoying meeting people. In terms of a long-term commitment, I'm not really looking for the one, but there are guys who are that. You know, right now, it's kind of like I want to go out and meet girls, have fun. But if you meet that girl who just knocks on the door and it's just like, wow, I would be crazy not to wrap her in a box and take her home and, you know, and bring her home to mama.
So who's that girl? Who is that girl that you would be crazy not to take home to mama?
I'm waiting for her to knock on the door.
Waiting for her to come. Okay, so basically what you're saying to us when we're asking you the question of, you know, what do men really want is a girl who is going to be real, down to earth, confident, passionate. It pretty much sounds like you, but you know, without a dick.
Yes.
So and that's what we were saying before. You know, do guys want to date reflections of themselves, but in a female? Because it's pretty much what you're kind of saying. Because
I guess
you and all of your friends who are our friends are basically the same.
I guess
you know?
so. But
or do opposites
at the same time.
Or do opposites attract? Do you
I
think
don't know. I don't
opposites
think there's
attract?
any rules for relationships.
Okay, your
But
experiences.
in terms of, if you look at the common, here's what I want to say, you look for a mirror of yourself. Because this is what I hate. I hate when I'm talking to a girl and I'll say, oh man, I love rock and roll. And even if she doesn't, she's like,
oh, I love rock and roll too.
I love rock and roll. And it's just like, all right, I like the Spice Girls. She's like, that's my favorite band. I'm like,
so is that what do you feel women do wrong? And when when they're into you. Yeah, what do girls do? What can you kind of tell girls? Don't do this if you like a guy. The surefire way to drive him away is doing this. Like, that's what we want to hear. Because, oh, living confident and great women, that's all great. But everyone knows that.
What do women do wrong? I think the biggest one is like trying to move things too fast. That's like huge. Because I feel like girls and I like them, but there's a difference between like liking them and like, wow man, I want to see this girl all the time. No, like there's some girls like you might like them on a scale of 1 to 7. 7 being 7 times a week you want to see them. Okay. There's a girl that I might like once, or one is maybe 2. Like it'd be nice to see her twice a week. She's cool, but I'm not that into her. And that's how my last girlfriend, our relationship actually started. Like she didn't really like her that much, but then it kind of grew. It wasn't something like, oh, I want to see her every day. And then I've had girls on the other scale, right? Who were the same. At the start we met each other like, oh, I like her, but she's not someone I want to see every day. But then they start calling all the time, they're messaging you, and then they freak out when you don't see them. And then that's the time when I'm like, oh, now I don't even want to see her once twice a week. I just don't want to see her at all. It gets a bit uncomfortable.
What kind of girls normally do that? I feel like that's a very Latin American thing to do. Can you divulge that?
I don't know. We can't be judgmental.
Okay.
So basically, you were saying that, you know, when a girl goes, oh, you know, I love rock music too. You can tell when a girl's being genuine or not.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
You never really know until you really see a person over time. You know, that's what you think. You can't judge a book on it, but you can tell genuinity.
Have you had the wool pulled over in your eyes a few times?
What do you mean?
Have you been tricked into thinking, oh,
That
this
a girl
girl's really into me, she's so into me, and then, boom, it's like, the fuck just happened? What, she doesn't want to call me anymore, she doesn't want to...
Oh,
yeah,
like
have you been...
the reverse.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah? Can you
Yeah.
tell us a bit about that?
It's happened a few times, I think.
Yeah.
You know, well, for me, the first time, I remember when I was 16 as a teenager, I actually used to be really bad with women. I'm not saying I'm amazing right now.
So how did you get good with women?
I think you pay attention to the right people, you know.
Who are the right people?
Well, my best friend in Australia was like my mentor. This guy is like the king of smooth. Nick Russian, if you're watching, I'm giving you props. He's a bit old, he just got married to his...
Okay, so you can say that.
He's got a baby on the way.
Congrats.
But he was like this guy, and I was like this young kid, I was working in clubs, and he kind of took me under his wing, and it's like, no, don't do it like that. He gave me some moves.
This is a juicy part then.
He actually,
what are the moves?
No, one of his...
It's like that movie, Crazy Stupid Love.
I haven't seen that, but that's the one.
Ryan Gosling and
Emma Stone, right? Is that
Emma Stone,
okay.
yes, and he revamps himself to become this amazing dating guru and whatever, and because he was a bit of a nerd before.
So you were a bit of a nerd.
Not saying you're a nerd, but
no, I think I was the guy who was really loud and always said inappropriate things.
Okay.
So this guy, I forgot it, Neil, is that his name?
Who's Nick?
Your mentor?
No, Nick.
Nick. Okay,
Nick.
so you started watching Nick, and what did Nick teach you?
No, it was silly things, like he called it the spin.
Okay.
And the spin move was, it's so silly. It's just like when you say something, you say hi and then you twirl them around.
You've done that to us!
Yeah, you do that all the time.
There's my cover, it's blown! I was trying to make out with you the whole time.
Well, so
no, but it's just a fun thing, and I don't know what it is, right?
It's like an icebreaker.
Maybe we should write a book, The Science of the Spin, but it always tends to cheer up women. I don't know what it is.
I think when you pick us up and you lift us, that's a definitely cheer upper. So Gerard, every time he sees us, and we all thought it's like exclusive to us, gives us a big hug, and then he like lifts us off the ground, and you feel special. You know, when you're taken off the ground, it's like you really are literally swept off your feet. So it's like, oh, Gerard, but he does it to everybody.
Oh my God. Well, it's been great being here today.
Okay, so the spin. Let's go back to that. So
well, that's basically
it.
There was a few other things like. I can't believe I'm telling
It's like
this
an
one.
icebreaker though. The spin is because you know when you meet girls sometimes and they're kind of like, hi. You know, so that if you basically are invading their personal space and getting up in their girl and being like, oh, kind of thing, and it brings you to that next level straight away of what's it? You know, it's like when you
familiar.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, because.
And then they're a little bit looser and no.
Not that we like that.
Not looser in that sense, but they're more relaxed.
Yeah.
They're more relaxed because you've already invaded their personal space. It's just kind of like.
Well, I think for me, it's like a friendship. Like, I don't know, it's what I do when I'm happy to see people. Not my guy friends, of course.
Oh, wait, so you don't do this with girls who you've never met before?
No, of course not.
Oh,
Wait,
okay. We're trying to.
Literally, the spin is what?
Well, the spin isn't a magical move, but it's not like you spin it.
What is the spin? You
like
haven't even explained it.
Okay, the spin is like, and I say, hello, how are you? Stand. Who am I doing? Are we doing
Julia,
we're going to do 2-in-1 today?
Alright.
And I say, hello, how are you? And you go, hey! And then you'd say something.
Oh
like,
god,
nice.
I'm already in love. That's fun.
But you
Okay.
don't do that with strange girls.
No, that would just be something, I don't know, it's something you do with friends.
Okay, well, that's
Okay,
right.
but that's something that could be used as a tool to pick up.
It's not, I don't know if it's a tool, but it's something that gets people cheerful.
Okay.
Yeah,
What's
okay.
another thing? What's another thing that Nick taught you?
That Nick,
Yes.
now we give him a lot of credit.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, well, okay, fine. Just a trick that you find is useful and, you know, yeah.
We want you to give all the guys who are watching the Girls of 28A it's called Dating 101. So give us some strategies. Give us
I've got some friends
tips.
watching
Give us-
online and they're going to say, that's what you did up now.
No, but you know, like, so
It worked.
So basically, you're telling us that you didn't have game before, and then you found game.
I think I just became, honestly, I think there's a bunch of guys and they think you can fool a girl into liking you. They think there's a bunch of tricks you can do that will make a girl fall in love. But realistic, in the short term, there's stuff which can spark attraction, right? But in the long term,
Such as?
it doesn't really work unless you're like a good person. That's what people are really attracted to. Unless you work on yourself from the inside, it doesn't really work. But of course, you don't want any of that.
Yeah,
you
no, we don't.
You want the goodies.
It's a dish. Spill.
All right.
It's like
You're pulling teeth out. Gerard Sison, come on.
How much money you got?
Yeah.
Okay, so we want to hear it.
What if I give you oh my, I can't believe I'm gonna do this, huh? What if I give you a move?
Okay.
series of moves.
Okay.
That will you test if a girl likes you?
Okay.
And you could never, and you'll never have to get to that point. This is my move. You'll never have to get to that point when you go in for the kiss and you're gonna know if she's ready. You're just gonna know if she's ready or not.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So it's like an escalation where you reach a climax, and that's the point when you go in.
So
Go
you'll
on.
never get rejected, and you'll never get that turned cheek of like, oh no, because you will know beforehand if she's ready or not.
And it's reading the signals.
Okay.
I was just going to say, they give you signs and things like that.
Yeah.
Okay, go. Give us the signs.
All right. Well, all right. So we're gonna test for comfort. So we're at a bar, we're
I'm
hanging
a bit
out.
scared. I'm like leering back. No kidding.
In that case, I'm gonna lean back also.
Okay, go. So we'll pretend that we're at a bar.
And we're chatting.
Okay.
And I want to see how comfortable you are with me. Because basically, if you're not comfortable,
You guys are chatting very far.
You're not
at a
gonna kiss me.
bar.
right? But that, I think that's natural anyway. You're chatting, you're talking, and say we want to move it along.
But when you're at a bar, you're kind of quite close. You're like talking like this sometimes.
Because it's loud.
And okay, the first one, this is silly. Alright, the first thing I would do, you know what most guys do wrong? Don't you hate it? Just tell me, don't you hate it when a guy's talking to you and he's leaning really into you, and all you do is like,
Yes, I hate that. Oh, I
and you're
agree.
talking, and all
Julia lives in fear of
Rape.
all girls do. We all do. But she lives in fear that a guy is just gonna like grab her and just like smother
Because
her.
you know what? It has happened to me. It has literally happened to me where, yeah, it has happened to me. Japan, freaky weird people, elevators. It has happened to me where people like literally like it has happened. And the thing is, it traumatizes you, and it's scary. And guys like
So what do you do in that situation?
You punch them and you run out crying.
Well, so there you go. We are about to give all the guys out there who are watching
So
us
you can never be
today
that crazy.
tips on how to avoid that. Go on, Gerard.
Alright, here's what I do, alright? So we're chatting, we're talking at the bar, and I'll do something, I might even, I say a joke and I say like that, right? Oh, we're talking, right? We're here, one-on-one. And I'll put my hand on her back, and I see whether I'll see whether you move back or whether you don't say anything, or you might.
So like if you were to touch me on the back and I was to like
I'll say we're chatting,
move forward a bit.
and then I would pull back also.
Okay.
Right? And it's just being comfortable. It's like, all right, he's not going to keep pushing forward. Yeah.
So the most tame position is the back.
No, I think even like the arm would be first.
Okay.
You might be, and then you might touch her on the leg, and she might return. Like you know when you're talking with a friend and you go, oh my god, I can, you know. You,
But you know, we're quite old touchy-feely though. Like
Yeah.
I know that I've already touched your leg probably 3 or 4
But that's
times.
because we're comfortable with each
Yeah.
other.
I
Would you
think
ever do that to a guy that you didn't know? See, that's the whole point of comfort, right? Like because
Yeah.
we're all friends, we can
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it's a friendship thing,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a friendship thing,
Mhm.
but I don't think a girl, you can't escalate to
Mm-hmm.
a kiss unless you're comfortable with touching the leg,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Like if she's not comfortable touching on the leg, she's definitely not going to kiss you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then you'd escalate it, it might be the leg, and then it might be something like, oh, wow, you smell really nice, and you'd go and smell perfume, because that's a very intimate
You
thing.
actually go in and smell
Yeah.
the perfume, okay.
And then it'd be like, how comfortable is she holding eye contact?
Mm-hmm.
And if she is, then she might, because that's even more intimate, holding eye contact.
I
than-
agree. I agree.
And if she's not going to hold eye contact, then she's really not ready to kiss.
Or she could just be one of those people who are just a little bit shy. Maybe she really wants to kiss you, but she just doesn't. She's bad at eye contact.
But then confidence.
Oh, it goes full circle.
And then he's like, you
I
are
see.
not confident.
You are not my
Get
kind of
out.
girl.
Get out of here.
Next.
Wait, so okay, so you
That's
escalated.
so bad, no.
No, but you know, they're basic things that you're telling us. You know, they
But-
make sense. But it's so funny because
A lot of
when
guys
you're
don't.
there,
Yeah, they delude themselves.
Yeah.
Into thinking, oh, I touched her like this and she didn't. She flinched, but it's okay. Maybe she was like, they'll delude themselves.
it's so funny
But
because
it's not like a game thing. It's just like if I'm attracted
it's
to someone,
instinct.
Yeah.
if I'm attracted to someone, you make a move, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
And then if she's not attracted, well, it doesn't make any logic. Here's what I tell girls: it doesn't make any logical sense when you flip it, right? Flip the script
Mhm.
to go for someone who's not into you,
Mhm.
because you want someone who really likes you. So you never. I'm not saying that you can get every single girl, or a guy can get every, or a girl can get every single guy.
Mhm.
But it doesn't make any sense to go for someone who's not into you.
I agree.
But some girls actually think that they can make someone into them, right? Like
That's just crazy,
Like,
though, because
I
then
think that's
forever and
nuts.
ever in the relationship, you're always gonna be having to do something to trick them into liking you or whatever. You know, just that's. I've done that before, where it's like, oh, if I keep doing this for him, he'll really like me, and I've had guys who are like, oh, I know that if I do this for her, she'll really like me, and then in the end, you kind of wake up to yourself and go, what the fuck am I doing?
Well, that was
like,
a waste of time.
Yeah, I'm not really that into him. It usually happens when you fight, and it's like every single reason why you were with him you can't remember anymore because they were just the superficial things.
That's true.
So I mean,
Is that the final escalation?
Hope not.
The neck?
Next.
And what's next?
Then you could go on to, or use your imagination.
but by that stage you're standing quite close and intimately with each other.
I think a neck is like it's not a sure thing, right? But a neck is a pretty clear sign that
Do you
if
ever
she's-
bite people on necks?
I think she's prepared for this one actually. I think she's done her homework.
Do you know what? I've had the escalation thing done to me a couple of weeks ago.
By who?
Now that you actually say that to me, now that you've told me the step by step, and it's so silly because what you just said to us, it's like basic pickup dating 101. When you say it out loud, it's like, of course, that's a natural progression of
Yeah.
how things happen when you're out picking someone up.
Yeah.
But when you're in the heat of the moment, guys get so nervous and then girls get so nervous and it all just falls to shit sometimes. But it's so funny because when we sit here and we talk about it, it's like, duh, of course.
But
You
the
know,
girls,
it's so
the girls
basic.
do the same thing.
I do.
I'm
that
sure,
too.
you know what, for
I
sure.
do.
Of course, if we really like a guy
Yeah.
and we're one-on-one with them, we're going to touch them. Duh. It's like,
Yeah.
that's how you show someone
Yeah.
that you're into them. You
Yeah.
touch them.
Yeah, but no.
And if you're lucky, you get a little bit of reciprocation.
But okay, see, this is the tricky part though. This is the tricky part because a guy can do that to gauge out whether a girl is like into him or ready to sleep with him, right? But the
Whoa.
thing is,
Now we're going far.
no, come
Depends
on.
on his intentions.
But we're adults here. But the thing is, like, for when girls do it, it can be like, oh, I touched this guy and he, he didn't flinch. Instead, he actually like, okay, he touched his leg, and instead of flinching, he like moves closer to you, right? So that's an obvious sign that he's into you. But is it really he's into you, or
He just wants to get
sleep
lucky.
with you,
He's
but
like,
he
she's
doesn't
taking
really
it.
like you? You know, that's where help us out here. How can we know if a guy really likes us or just wants to get in our pants?
Wow.
Well, I think that's what every girl wants to know. That's
yeah.
every girl's big fear, right? Like they don't want to be that girl.
Because we've given guys a tip.
Mhm.
Let's, give some of our 28A girls a tip.
I would say, like, this is what I told Bianca. And I said, she's like, how do I know if this guy, she was talking about a guy that she really liked, how do I know if he likes me? And I said, Bianca, what does he appreciate about you? Because honestly, as cheesy as it sounds, love is all about appreciation, yeah? Right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, kind of like, what is...
What do you appreciate about me, huh?
It's a good question to ask.
No, but
it's such a good question to
the
ask.
guys aren't always great communicators. That's the other thing. So how does he express his appreciation? Because I think that's what a good relationship is. It's like when you love someone, they do something for you, and you're more than happy to return. You just appreciate it, so you're happy to do things for them. And then it goes further and further. So if a guy's, for example, here's what girls do wrong, right? They keep doing favors, and then they say, I do all this for him and he just doesn't even appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well, then I'd say, well, maybe he doesn't like you.
Yeah.
It sounds so mean, but it's like, save yourself the trouble and find someone
stuff
who will.
Girls think that if the nicer you are and the more attention you give to a guy, that they're gonna somehow like that.
And it goes both ways. I see guys, and these poor guys spend so much on dinners, and they go out and they take girls out to dinner.
We had a really big conversation about this when we were driving back from La Union.
Did we?
We did.
And what did I say?
You didn't say anything.
What did we say?
I was
What
the one
was
talking for 5 hours. But you were asking me my opinion on, and we've spoken about this before in dating Filipino men. Remember when we were saying, do you split dinner, or does the guy pay for it all himself, or this and that? So you're saying that if you don't bring her out to lavish dinners and that all the time, that's a really quick way to get to the point as to, does she really like me for me? Or does she like me for what I have and can offer her?
I'm really old school, right? I think you should start as friends first. Honestly, you don't, because I think dating starts as like, when you date one-on-one, right? Do you know when you meet a guy and you go out and it's like one-on-one, and it always gets really awkward. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's really awkward. You're sitting across the table, and then he's leaning over, right? You think it's such an awkward situation. And I think dating should be something reserved for couples when you're already together.
Yeah.
You know?
You have a good point. I actually always prefer to be friends with a guy beforehand, because you'd rather get to know somebody as a friend so that you can say and be whoever you be yourself and say whatever you like, and you don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, do I look good at the moment? Because if you're just friends, no, you're not going to care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's a good point. Yes, I agree with you on that one. Always being friends before you start dating.
No, I don't agree. I don't know.
That's because she wants to make out in the club.
I don't do that.
Nice.
No, you know what? It's because I feel like if I'm friends, my guy friends, I choose not to be attracted to them. They're my guy friends for a reason. I don't know. I find it weird to be like.
No, but you don't need to put them into your bricada that you hang out with. You don't.
Okay.
You know exactly how I am when I'm getting to know a guy. Like, I'll meet a guy and I'll keep him there and we'll be friends and nothing will happen, and that's my
I don't
style.
know. For me, I find that very strange. I find it strange to be friends with a dude but like kind of dating him at the same time. I feel like, when you see someone, within the first 5 seconds, you're pretty much going to know if you're attracted or if you're into this guy or not, or if you would sleep with him at any rate, right? Come on, you know.
Not always.
Yeah, that's true. Not always. Sometimes it just automatically, like, you wake up and then you're like, whoa, I'm attracted to this person. Weird, his pheromones are strong today. I don't know. but I don't know.
I think you're right. You are right. Like, even for guys, even for me, you know whether you're attracted to someone. But at the same time, it's like.
Do you know what?
I'm going to talk about something I shouldn't, right?
Oh.
But you've had moments after you slept with someone, right? And then you realize you realise you actually don't really like them.
That moment of what?
Right?
Oh my God.
And you think, oh, was that my sex drive?
I'm cringing.
Was that my sex drive, or do I really like them?
Oh, was it the alcohol speaking? No kidding.
I don't know what they're talking about. I never do this.
Little Miss Sunshine over here. Little Miss Sunshine over here who doesn't.
Halo.
Do you know
And
what
the
though?
worst thing, don't you? And I feel bad for people who have to experience a rejection after that. So that's a way of saying, like, it's not nice when you go out and you see. The worst thing for me is when you go out and you see a girl and she just looks at you and she just feels bad about herself.
Yeah.
That's like.
And we've all been there. That's part of life, right? Like, yeah.
I remember hiding. I don't want to say it. I'm kidding. Shit, I started. I was hiding from. Was it you or was it Bianca? There was a guy who I'd kissed and I'd been with, and then I saw him out, and I was just like, oh shit. What do we do? Where do we go? I wanted to like crawl into my skin and just like hide for the rest of the night. And Bianca turns to me and she's like, he's looking good tonight. And I was like, I know, but it's just like, oh shit. I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I just said that.
Oh my God.
But yeah, you know, so we've all done it. I think because
You are live on.
I know. Oh my God. I'm sorry, Mom. No, I'm kidding. But,
James,
you know,
if you're watching, it's not about you. It's not.
It's James. No, so basically, I think that you and I are answering this question of we should be friends first, because at the moment we're not looking for that person. We're all about our career at the moment, right? Where Julia, you know, you are in a relationship at the moment, and that's how your relationship started. You and Andy met each other, and you were like,
Yeah,
boom,
no, exactly.
we are having babies next year and getting married.
The fact that-
Julia beeline for him. She saw him. He was in her vision.
Shut your mouth!
So, Jill, that's the
This
next.
doesn't need to be on the internet forever, okay? Like, okay, wait, no,
When are we expecting the kids?
But I want to say that there's a big argument that if guys and girls can even really be, we're totally veering off the topic here, I'm sorry. But if guys and girls can even really be friends, and this is why I'm bringing it back to, you know, I like to start off being friends with a girl, because if you think about it, girls, yes, girls, we can be friends with guys because we don't want to have sex with all of our guy friends. But guys, given the chance, maybe like a few rare exceptions that you build these long relationships with over
No,
time.
I'm not talking about a long
Yeah,
relationship.
but no, I'm saying, don't most guys, if you're friends with a girl, it's because in the back of your mind, given the chance, you would sleep with them if you could. Before like years and years pass by and they become like a sister to you. Isn't that, come on.
No, I'm not talking about years. When I'm talking friendships, and I don't want to talk about sleeping with
You
people
mean
anyway.
just like a couple of weeks or like a month or two?
But what I'm saying, like, if you're not at least friends before, how are you going to be friends after?
Have a little bit of a foundation. That's
Yeah,
what you
like a
basically
little bit,
saying.
like-
Okay.
Basically, when you just
We
know,
can
when you
agree.
know the
Yeah, we
person.
can agree on that one.
And here's my thing. When I meet a girl, right, and this is why I talk about dating. If I meet a girl and I go, "Fuck, she's all right, you know, she's cool, she's sweet, she's hot," and then I call her up and say, "Hey, all the guys, we're gonna hang out somewhere, right?" And I invite her along. She's hanging out with a group. It's not one-on-one dating. And then you get to see how she really is with other people. It's not just like, and then you know, I hate this, right? I hate when you meet a girl, you like her, and then you introduce her to everyone, and you're like, oh my god. No, really. When you see her with your friends, and you go, she really isn't that cool.
Oh wow! Oh, she was cool in my bed, but
No, I completely agree. I definitely know where you're coming from, Gerard. I agree with you on this one.
You're like, where did that snort come? Where did that
Did
come from?
I
Okay.
did I snort a shit? Oh god, I was gonna say. I do know I snort when I laugh sometimes.
I have heard it. It's quite cute, actually. I like it. I'm like, that's cute.
This little piggy went to the market.
Wait, how did we even get okay? So what were we talking about before we said
We are getting all of ourselves into trouble.
Yeah.
You have gotten yourself in trouble. I'm definitely in trouble, and you are definitely in trouble.
All right, 101 trouble.
101 trouble. That's
101.
what this should be called. Digging a grave for ourselves, people. So basically all we're trying to say is, you know, we're all human. We all make mistakes.
Yeah.
We all fuck up.
Yes,
We've all done dating things that we shouldn't have, and we want to shoot ourselves in the face. And then it just, you know, there are so many things that we do wrong in the dating world, and there's no right or wrong answer. You know, Gerard is just giving us his opinion because we really respect his opinion, and he's such a great guy, and a lot of his dude friends turn to him and say, Jesus, what do I do? Because, you know, I think you're really good at reading body language.
Okay. Where do we go from here?
But yeah, so I just think, I mean, there's 3 different opinions here. Basically, they're all same but different. You know, the same talent, same but different.
Oh, okay.
So there's no right or wrong.
Say so. I know that, you know, so we have a friend who really likes a girl, and he feels like she's just not really that into him, or she's kind of into him, but she's not super like
there yet.
She's not biting the bait. And he goes to you, Gerard, and he says, Gerard, I really need help with this girl. She's so beautiful, she's so cool, I'm in love, but she doesn't like me as much as I like her, or she's not. What do you tell him?
What would your advice be?
Yeah.
It's already over. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
That's
But-
cold.
No, but it's a joke.
Nice.
It's a joke. No, but for example, the guy.
Ruthless.
It's always bad when you get to that point when you're like.
So soon?
No, but
Like
I'd
right
say, why are
away.
you so obsessed with her, right? Because if she's.
Just give us the formula.
Here's the way. But here's the way I am. If a girl's not into what I'm into, if I just figured if we're into the same things and we vibe on the same things, she's always going to be into you, and vice versa. You know, if the guy's
Okay.
No, but what if he, like, you know, they're friends, and he's shy, and he's like, I'm trying to tell her that I like her, but I don't think she gets it. Like, I'm a bit friend zoned, but I like her. Like, what would you tell him? Like, you know?
I think you gotta.
Is there like any move or?
I don't like wasting time on. Honestly, I don't waste any time on.
I personally
girls
think. I personally think that if you're just a little bit, for me, this is what I'd say. I'd say to the guy, grow some balls, and I would say be a little bit more persistent. I would say be a little bit more aggressive if he's a little bit shy. But that's just me. You know, if he can't seal the deal and she's there, but she's not really there, maybe she's just waiting for him to step up to the plate. Am I wrong in saying that?
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah?
And also, you got to read the signals. You know?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
if you're gonna step up and you're gonna be aggressive, you got to know what no means no, and then. All right, you got to accept defeat sometimes.
And
Instead of
that's when
going
you go-
all the way and then you're begging on the street like, come on, why haven't I been?
Why?
And she's walking away with another guy. Like,
So that's when you put in that's when you read the signs and you do what did you call it?
Escalation.
The escalation. So that'd be a good point to put, a good place to insert that. Okay.
and I think like once, it has to start before they get to that point. Because you know what, once you reach that point, it's all downhill.
You know what I also think? I think girls like a little bit of an asshole. Just a little bit. You can't be like the complete nice guy. Do you feel like this works for you in your favor, being like a little bit of a dick? Right? I mean, like, girls
In what sense?
we don't like
We don't wanna push
pushover
over.
nice guys. We want a little bit of a dick.
I think you want a guy who's really honest, to the point where they'll tease you about the stuff which is off about you, because isn't that what cool friendships are about? In the minimum, like, you tease your friends and like, you're really cool with each other, and you can joke about anything, and you can say, oh my god, you look like such a loser today, or something, and you'll be like, shut up, and it goes, shut up, stop it, stop it.
You know when you like, oh, stop it. That's so true.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
But in terms of like the girls, I don't know, it comes down to the girl. Like, I've seen girls who just want, I think in a relationship, at the end you just want someone that you can trust, who's someone who's cool, but someone who you can have fun with, you know? It's not so serious, like he's always going to be like, babe, you look amazing today. Like,
I want that all day long.
Every day, all day,
Every
every day.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that we've learned quite a lot today. I think that basically Gerard's telling guys to step up to the plate. Well, I'm telling guys to step up to the plate.
By the way, she's got big
But don't
balls
be a
and I don't.
rapist.
But okay, so let's thank you so much. Thank you for sharing all those things with us.
Yeah.
I
Thank you for having
feel
me.
like I was tripping over my words because I'm learning all these things that I was just kind of like, I knew this though, but it's different when it comes from a guy saying this is what, you know, needs to be done and this is what's being done and whatever. So, okay, let's do 20 questions. Where basically we're going to ask you 20 questions.
You gotta answer as quickly as you can, like the first answer that pops into your head.
Ready?
I'm in trouble. Here we go.
There it is.
I
Oh, there's music.
There's music. Alright. Tits or ass?
Both.
Have you ever kissed a guy?
No.
Would you ever kiss a guy?
No.
For how much money would you kiss a guy?
You wouldn't even kiss a guy for an acting role?
Brokeback Mountain, would I take it? Would I not? I don't, honestly, at this point in my career, no, not now.
Okay.
Okay, alright. The country of the girl who was your best life.
That stays for long.
Gosh, just pulling teeth out here,
Gerard
people. Even in 20
Sison.
questions. Let me think.
Alright, the Philippines.
Alright.
Have you had your heart broken before?
Yes.
What country was she from?
Brazil.
I love that we're sticking with the theme here.
I know.
Have you ever accidentally kissed a transvestite? Because I know lots of guys have done that before, especially in Boracay.
Especially because we've lived in Thailand.
Yeah, that's why I never
Yeah.
kissed a Thai person. Hey, nothing racist, but there's a lot of transvestites in Thailand.
We
and,
know.
and also the language barrier, so you can never really sense if they're.
So you're just like, Thai, get out of here. No.
It's like I like to, if you can communicate with them.
Favorite food?
Thai food.
Oh my god.
2 + 2.
4.
Oh, someone who knows math. There you go, guys. They're the full package right
I'm
here.
not gonna lie about
Mark
it. She warned me about that before the show.
Do you have any brothers and sisters?
Older sister, beautiful sister is married.
Are you a mama's boy?
Yes.
But I know your dad. You're a dad's boy as well.
Yeah, and my dad's the best.
Your dad is.
He's a family man.
He definitely is a family man.
Boxers or briefs?
Sleeping or
Do you wear boxers or briefs?
briefs?
Brunettes or blondes?
Brunettes.
Which one out of Julia and I do you think would be more kinky in bed? I don't know if my brain's fried. I'm sorry, people.
Am I really gonna answer that?
Yeah.
True.
If only you know. If only
No,
you
I
knew
wasn't saying
Julia.
Trish. I wasn't saying Trish. I was saying Trish.
Oh, like Trish, don't ask me that question. Oh my god. How many kids do you want?
7.
Really?
God.
7.
Oh, okay.
I want a big house full of kids running around. It's like a madhouse.
Okay, where if you could go anywhere in the world, where would you want to go?
Right now, Africa, South Africa.
Would you want to marry a surfing girl?
I think I have to marry a girl who loves the beach.
That's true.
That's amazing
That's
because
true.
I'm at the beach like every weekend, and if she doesn't like it, we've got issues. Like,
Yeah. In talking about that,
Is that the end of 20 questions?
well, yeah, because you know what, I want to talk about this,
oh, here we go.
which is what we,
Nice
which
little
is,
plug.
I know, right? Nice little segue. Go surf the weekend that was. Tell us about that quickly.
Go Surf is an event we did with our company Surfing Philippines, which is a campaign to get a lot of people to try surfing at least once in their lives. That's
What are they
actually a
doing?
picture from, that's yoga.
At the circle,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah, that was from Noelle Hilaria. Thank you, Noelle. She supplied the yoga session.
There you are.
There we are.
There's Trish, Fabs.
Jeff's there as well.
Yeah, so our company Surfing Philippines is
Julia.
basically everything surfing in the Philippines. You find it with us.
And it's one of your passions and your loves, and you
Yeah.
love doing it. And
Basically-
you also have a surfing school as well.
We have the La Union Surf School, so anytime you're in La Union, pop in. You'll see Jeff.
Oh,
or
you
Kaya.
look so happy though.
We did a bit of a shoot that weekend that we were away.
Yes,
So
little
that
plug
was
for
fun.
Land Rover as well. There's our surf school actually.
So where can we find you on websites to go visit your surf school?
Check out surfingphilippines.com.
Mm-hmm.
It's your complete tour guide from everything from hotels and resorts.
Mm-hmm.
We're working with the Department of Tourism to improve the tourism, and then hopefully, if we're lucky, this year we'll have our first Philippine surf tour circuit
Ooh.
with professional surfers. Nice house, by the way.
Those girls are bagging hot.
That one, wait, where is
Especially
it?
the one
Right?
second to the left.
Yeah, I can't reach it. The one bending over the most, that's Trish.
This
Hey!
What was I going to say? Okay, so your next event is in October.
We have a big event. It's called the Surf Break, and it's something, I think it's called Soul Surf or something like that.
Okay.
We're working with Christian Concepcion, Jeff Ortega, the whole beat marketing crew. It's going to be a 5,000 person festival in Melbourne for 4 days.
Oh, wow.
There's going to be a pro surf comp. We're going to have free surf lessons again. There's going to be a huge concert for 4 days. It's going to have like OPM music. There's going to be an international band, a few international DJs.
Fun.
Look out for it.
I'll definitely be there. When is this again?
October, the last weekend of October.
Are you going to be here? Oh, you're going to be...
Maybe, well, I don't know. You never know.
October's so far away, so much could happen in that time frame. So, but anyway, we just want to thank you so much for coming in and giving us a few tips on how to date and things to do and not to do. And I hope you guys have learned some stuff. You know, I've definitely learned some stuff. I'll definitely be keeping an eye out for the escalation.
Yeah, exactly.
It snuck up on me a couple of weeks ago. It did. I was there in the moment, and the next minute, boom! I was like, oh my god.
Playing big spoon, little spoon.
So wow. But anyway, and then wait, are you doing any acting shows at the moment?
No, but you look out for me. I've got something soon. We're talking with TV5 for their next project. Everyone there, Percy, we're going strong. Yeah, look out for TV5.
And we can find you on Twitter. I am Gerard Sison.
Yes.
Which is your Twitter and Instagram account. So that's what we have time for today, guys.
Yeah.
Next week.
Next week, actually, we have another fun guest. We have Erwan coming up. And Erwan, if you are watching, I'm really sorry that we messed up your schedule last time and you could go bike riding, but we will make it up to you this next week. It will be a very good one. We will grill him. So if you guys have any questions that you would like to ask Erwan, or, you know, see him squirm a little bit, any feedback, suggestions, whatever it is, please tweet us at Girls of 28A. Also, we have a Facebook page, so that is the Girls of 28A. And email us, girlsof28a@gmail.com. So we would love to hear back from you. And that is all we have for tonight.
Thank you again.
Thank you, guys.
We are Bianca, we know that you made a whole bunch of little videos for us, so we are going to say goodbye here in the studio. And let Bianca say goodbye.
We're not all here.
We're not all here tonight.
Amazing show from the Girls of 28A. I hope you guys had fun with Gerard, Julia, and Trisha. As for me, I'm going to be enjoying the sun, but we're going to see you guys next week, same station, and that's nmfnetwork.tv, 8 p.m. So follow us on Twitter, Instagram, like us on Facebook. I'm sorry, not Instagram, Twitter, like us on Facebook, and email us at thegirls of28A, that's 28A, @gmail.com. So it's me, Bianca Valerio, and I'll see you guys really soon. Bye.